Hey everybody, Shop Time with Dave back at you. Yeah, I thought we'd throw out another installment of the PM Research number 3 steam engine. So let me get you turned around and let's look at what we got. Well, here we go. This is the last 3 castings of the kit. Got the crank rod and the 2 crosshead caps. That's going to do it for castings. Everything else from now on is bar stock. And I think what we'll do is start out here with our little crank rod casting. We got a little bit to clean up on this side. There's a couple ways we could do that. We could sand it, we could file it. I think I'm going to try to just mill it off. It's got some indents already, but I don't know if those indents are going to be close enough to hit this number of 1.656 plus or minus 5 thou. So I think what we're going to do is hold it in the vise and we'll count it off, bring it over, and get our holes knocked in it. Looks like it's going to be fairly easy to do. Number 43 drill. And then on the other side, 11/64, and then finish off with a 3/16 reamer. And it looks like it should be relatively easy. So let me point something out real quick here. If we see 5/32 on this dimension, on this side we got 1/8 of an inch. So in our setup we need to make up for that. So here's what I've done. If you can see in there, set up on the end here. We're on a parallel on this side, and I got a few sheets of paper on this side to make up what comes out to be about 16 thousandths. And that'll ensure that our rod's sitting correctly on our parallel. The first thing we're going to do, take the end mill and just by eye come in here and clean up some of this sprue off of the casting. It's nothing critical, just a step that needs to get done. I suppose a guy could even leave that and it would be just fine. Here we go, just light cuts. That is just what we needed. Looks good. All right, here's a quick little Dave trick for you. For finding the center here, this just so happens that we're 375 or 3/8, right? And this little nub here just happens to be 375 or 3/8. So when that drops right down in the groove, real easy like that, we know we're on the center between those two jaws. So now we need to pick up this edge right here. We'll use the edge finder to do that. This part right here is exactly 200 thousandths across. We need to know that here in a second. We're going to kick the motor on and come over, and this thing's going to wobble around, and we're going to slowly ease up against this face here, and our wobbling part here is going to kick to the side, and just as soon as we kick to the side, we know we're right on the edge. Getting close, starting to touch now. You see that it's starting to wobble less and less. It's going to come down to where it doesn't really wobble at all, and then all of a sudden it's going to kick to the side. Just like that. We're off on the edge. See, we're set on 0 here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that set us to edge of the part. All right, that movement put the center of the drill on the edge of the part. Now we need to go another 250 as per the drawing to be in the center of our little boss here. Now we need to go to 250. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 250. Lock the table. And there we are, right where we need to be. Can I get a contact? I'm just going to come down and spot this. I don't want to go all the way through because I don't want to drill into the parallel underneath. This time we got to go 1 inch 656. So watch the dial here. One hundred, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1 inch. Another 656 to go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we are. Do a quick visual check. Looks like we're right on the money. Everybody say it all at once now. Contact. Same as before, we don't want to go all the way through because we don't want to drill into the parallel. You know, as per visual, looks like we lined up with those factory dimples really good. As per the drawing, I've put in a number 43 drill. And just like before, we're going to be careful not to drill into the parallel down there. Now we've got to move back to this first hole and finish drilling it out. Go back that 1 inch 656. We're set to 0. We start counting backwards. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1 inch, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we are, lined up. What's that word? Contact. Let's slide this parallel out of the way. We'll go ahead and go all the way through. This brass sure is grabby. Wants to exactly like that. Grab onto it and pull it through. Alright, I've swapped out to a reamer. We'll contact one last time. And we're through. Now we need to finish this hole out. Since it's already established, I'm just going to use the mill as a drill press. Use this piece of aluminum as a backer. And that's going to push it down nice and flat and give us a straight through hole. And we're through. It grabbed a little bit when it got to the end and pulled it out of my hand. We made it work. Just by hand, I'm going to take this little center drill. Just run it in there a little bit. Kind of deburr it a little bit. On to our next part. Since there's two of these that are identical, I'm just going to do one of them on camera, one off camera. So the first thing we need to do is look at this symbol here, and that tells us finished surface. We got some pretty loose tolerances on this, plus or minus 15 thousandths. I already measured this and know that it's about 30 thousandths big. So I think what we'll do is do 3 passes of 10 thousandths and just clean that up. Just kind of dust it off and clean up the rough casting, because we will have something sliding against that when this is all put together. So I've already touched off. We'll raise our table up 10 thousandths and make a pass. Raise up our table again. Raise up our table one last time. And there's our 2 pieces decked off. Time for the next setup. I picked up this fixture plate from Joe Piezinski down in Texas at Advanced Innovations. Find him under Joe Pie on YouTube. This guy's amazing. But he sells these little fixture plates, and I think we got a pretty decent little setup here. Put these 2 screws in here as a backing. And we're going to line our part up against those. Then we got some little tiny toe clamps here holding on the front of it. And this guy is not going anywhere. Handy little fixture. So I put this little rod here in the drill chuck and just more or less lined it up with this boss by eye. It's all the more accurate this needs to be. Looks good. Contact. And that gets us a little starter hole. Drawing calls for a 9/64 through. We're just going to get it started because I don't want to drill into this fixture plate. She's a sharp one. Now we need to move over 1.5 inch. Spot the next one. $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, 1 inch, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. That's 1.5 inches right there. Let's do a quick visual. Looks good. Put a little indicator thing in here. We're just going to move it over and line it up with this boss by eye. Looks good there. Spot to start it. Just like before, we're not going to go all the way through. I put us just a block in here so we come in and finish drilling our holes. Grab our other one. Swapped out our drill to the bigger size and we'll see if we can pop in the rest of them. There we go, there's one. And two. Here we go. 3 little castings. Not real bad to do. Just popping some holes in there. Well, all right, I guess that brings us to the end of another one. Got something on my stuff there, don't I? Yeah. But anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to do a couple different things with the camera this time around. So if you like that, put it down in the comments. And thanks for watching, and come back for more Shop Time with Dave.